to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and today we're going to be talking to you about what I have in my pantry shelf on Free Pattern Friday. Now, in my pantry shelf, and the things that I always keep handy in my sewing room is piano keys, right? So I can finish a Scrappy quilt really quickly just by adding, you know, a round of piano keys at the end. But I'm going to show you how to make a coins quilt out of this very quickly and very, very fast. But first, I want to talk to you about Marie's Scrappy Creations. Now, I'm going to put a link to her YouTube channel here. Now, we just had a sew date not that long ago. We had such a great time. And she is such a wonderful person. And our crew and her crew on our Facebook pages are now going to start, we're going to start inviting each other to our sew dates. So, come on in. Let's get to the sewing. Okay. This is kind of a standard pantry item I have in my sewing room. Consider it like, you know how you always have baking soda in your kitchen pantry? Well, this is my baking soda. So what I do is I sew 2" by 6" piano keys, just random scraps of every color under the sun, and I just keep sewing them together. And then at some point I will, you know, I'll get, you know, a big roll like this, and I'll just roll it up, and I'll put it in my closet for borders, for piano key borders. But one of the things that I want you to understand, when you have something like this, you can make a coins quilt really quickly. So what I want to do is I want to make, let's say, a table runner, and I just need a little quick table runner, so I don't need anything very big, or kind of it's kind of like a doily, I guess, you know, that you do all this fancy hand quilting or whatever on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count out 12, because the table I want to make is like 24 by 12, and the tabletop cover I want to make is 24 by 12, or is it 24 by 18? I should probably go measure that, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I rip. That's it. That's all I do. Now I'm going to sew this. So I have 3 rows, right? Now a traditional coins, you would have either they would just be sewn together, or what would happen is that you would have a little piece of fabric in between, like a, you know, 1.5" strip or whatever. But because we're working with this, I'm just going to use my strips, right? Because I can. So now I have pressed these open because I've used them as piano keys. So what I'm going to do on this is I'm just going to measure down to the 12th one and pull it off just like this. You could go and do this just like a jelly roll race if you were going to do a big quilt. So because I've pressed them open, because they were originally intended for piano keys, but now I want them to nest. So I'm going to press the bottom goes one way and the top goes the other, and now they will nest beautifully under my needle. And let's see, I'm testing a new 1/4" foot to see if this one is better than the one I had. I was having a lot of issues with the one that I was working with, so just keep pressing them all the same way. And this goes down, this goes up. There we go. And this is such a simple little thing, and you can get a lot of bright colors. Or you can limit your palette if you're doing this. Basically, you're making like elongated blocks or whatever. But if you needed an emergency, I need a quilt top now for charity, this is the fastest way I know how to do it. Just make a quick coins quilt from an item you already have most of the sewing done on, right? So, but yeah, this is pretty cool. So I don't know if you saw the video from Marie and I where we got together on our sew date. My goodness, we had lots of fun. I told Marie, we were chatting before we actually started filming, and I told Marie, said, we have to limit it to 20-30 minutes, you know, and then that way, you know, people feel they can watch it in one sitting, or, you know, whatever. And she agreed. An hour later, we're still filming. So we're having too much fun together. It was kind of nice. I've invited them, her crew and my crew together on a sew date, virtual sew date coming up September 7th, or 3rd. Sorry, I said 7th, I meant 3rd. And we're hoping that it'll be lots of fun for this, the two crews. I think the two crews, with her crew and my crew, our Facebook groups would probably get along really well. Because we're all, you know, let's do just scrappy stuff, let's hang out and sew, you know, that kind of thing. Oh, now, I lost my little scrappy end. So, but, yeah, our Facebook group, we do offer monthly sewing dates. Now, what I've done is I've sewn one this way, now they're all going to match, right? When you go this way, right? I can use this for a kennel cloth or anything I need to, actually. And I don't worry about, you know, if it's a black on black, as long as it's not the same black, I don't worry about it. So I just kind of quickly, okay, that works. So we'll just go like this. And, yeah, we'll just start again. So this goes up, and the bottom or the top goes down. There we go. So we just sewed the other way now. And when we get to the ironing part, this goes up, that goes down. When we get to the ironing part, we'll make sure that it lies flat, so when it does get quilted, you know, it'll be perfect under the, you know, for free motion quilting or whatever. But this is just, I could use this as a kennel mat for my cat. He has a few. When we take him traveling, he sits in his kennel, and we always try and keep something under him so he feels a little more comfortable in the car. Because he's older and he's not a good traveler. The first time we took him anywhere, we were driving from Edmonton to Tucson, Arizona, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, to Tucson, Arizona, and he screamed all the way to Lethbridge. And then he stopped suddenly because I guess he figured we weren't taking him to the vet. So, and then he was fine. After that, he was fine. He kind of got used to the idea of, okay, every day we're going to be in the car, and then we get to explore a hotel room, and I get to look out the window and see where I'm at. So, he was okay by the time we got to Tucson. He was fine. But, yeah, at first I thought, wow, is this going to be a long trip? With the cat yelling in the back, and oh my gosh. But anyway, yeah. He likes traveling now. But I think we confused him with you know, the traveling and everything. So anyways, I doubt if I'll get this done here right away. And then I'll give it a quick press and I'll show you what I've done. So this didn't take long, right? So this is, I'm just right at the end. And basically, you're going to nest your seams. I'm going to show you this from behind first, so you can see. So now, when I'm ironing this, I'm going to make sure all of these lay flat this way and all of these lay flat this way, right? So there we are. Let's get to our ta-da moment. Okay, so out of this, we made a little placemat, or it could be a little pet bed. It could be for our cat's kennel, you know, like it's got a cute little coins. There's lots of stuff, lots of color going on. And it is a beginner quilt. Now, there are some coins quilts that have little strips of fabric in between the rows, right? So they would go this way. And essentially what it does is make it wider. But you could also put like a 2.5-inch strip around here, but I measured this. This would work nicely for his kennel, and it would kind of come up, you know, around the kennel. But this, I want to show you. This is what I sewed yesterday for a quilt. And it didn't take me long, and I swear, I only used out of here. And this is a twin-size quilt. And it's a traditional, or a very traditional coins. And it's basically using 6 by 2.5-inch strips, and it's for a twin size bed. So it's 5 feet across and long enough for a twin for a child. So this would make a good, you know, a good teenager quilt. You know, there's lots of colors that would keep you warm, and I think it would make a great charity quilt. It's got lots of fun stuff going on, and it would make somebody smile. So look, there's even chocolates. There's even chocolates. Who wouldn't smile over chocolates? Okay, here, a little closer. There's the chocolates. Isn't that cute? But anyways, there's a few other fun little prints. There's an Easter egg and a couple other, there's a car, all sorts of stuff. So anyways, that was our Free Pattern Friday. You can make coins any size and any width you want. You can even put coin quilts together where you're using a bunch of different strips or your strings, all different widths, as long as they're the same size, you know, going up. It doesn't matter how wide across it is. So this is something that you can use your scraps for, like a lot of your tinier pieces or your strings. You can throw strings in too, right? So it's the sky's the limit. So I hope you have fun with this. You don't forget, you can narrow the palette if you don't like that really eclectic all of the colors. You know, if you just want to go blues and greens and purples or the warm tones or your favorite color or whatever, you can do that too with this. So I hope you have a fabulous day ahead. We're going to have a little bit more fun here next week, so we'll talk to you later. Okay, bye! My husband and I would like to thank you for watching today. We're so happy about the way our channel has grown, and we just want to wish you so well in your journey along with us. Please like, share, and subscribe, and tell your friends. Now, the next thing is this quilt. We are wondering if you guys would like this quilt as a free sew along on this channel this fall, this coming fall, winter. We were kind of thinking that this one would be really fun to do. We could do it in a larger size or a smaller size, it's up to you, but this one was a lot of fun to make. And it's all, it lends itself to being hand stitched, but you can also do this on a sewing machine as well. So let us know in the comments below. Remember, share, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Okay, have a great week ahead. Bye!